What comes across as selfish but actually isn't. Not loaning money because it could potentially put you in a bad position. I only loan money if my financial stability and my relationship with the person could both survive not getting paid back. It's more like a gift that maybe I'll get back if I'm lucky one day. I never loan money. I loaned a friend a few thousand and had to harass him constantly to pay me back. He always said he was broke but routinely spent money on frivolous things which made me resent him. I honestly didn't care about the money, but the betrayal of his word really bothered me. After 2 months, I told him I wasn't going to interact with him until he paid me back, and he paid me back the next day. #X200B, 7, this rule is so underrated. Keep your family and business completely separated. Unfortunately, the damage has been done. You'll never feel the same way about your friend than before you lent them money. Same happened to me. But I was young and stupid, so I text her, "Keep your money, I keep my friend." Funny thing is, I fell on hard times a few months later and she disappeared with a quickness when I needed her. That reminded me of a quote by, someone. Do you want to get rid of a random person? Invest by lending them $10 and you'll never see them. Hope you're doing well now, my bud. Calling out of work when you're really sick. People get so much crap for calling out, but personally I'd rather someone stay home and not infect the whole place. Taking care of yourself in general in regards to work. I had my supervisor ask me if I was going to be in the local area after I put in for 2 weeks of Christmas vacation. This was right after a conversation with another person about how we were going to be understaffed right after I left for vacation. First, no, I'm going to be in another state, and second, I'm on vacation. I'm not working. That's the point of a vacation. Saying no to things. No is a complete sentence. That phrase changed my life. Just wanting to be left alone. Back in college, I'd hit the cafeteria or commons for lunch after one of my classes. By myself. Now, to me, sitting alone at a table eating food for 10 or so minutes is really no big deal. But everyone else read it as me being sad and lonely and having no friends. Like, why is this even a thing? Are we so uncomfortable being alone that we can't spend 10 minutes not talking to someone? So anyway, someone I vaguely knew would see me and save the day by offering a place at their table. Now I have to make the awkward choice of sitting and making small talk with people I kind of know when I really don't feel like it, or saying nope, I'd rather sit alone than with you. I found walking around with headphones in the whole day meant I could avoid talking to people. Man, last week I was sitting by myself in the library, headphones on, typing on my laptop, and this random dude comes and sits down next to me just because he wanted to talk. Now, I'm fairly friendly, so when he started talking I made small talk, and when he asked what I was doing I told him I was working on something, hoping he'd take the hint to leave me alone. Nope. He tells me he's going to work on Wall Street. You know where Wall Street is? It's the place in New York where big businesses do their business. Pretty cool, right? And on like that for 10 more minutes while I try to disengage. Like, dude, you're nice and all, but learn how to read a situation. Especially when someone is alone, at their laptop, wearing headphones, and typing in a library. Healthy firm relationship boundaries. My coworker thinks "Good morning, how are you?" is an invitation to a 20-minute conversation. I get in, I get my coffee, I start my computer, I get settled. If I let her go at it, I wouldn't start working till almost 10 a.m. She gets put out when I say, "Velp. Better go, whatever. I just started and I was friendly the first week to get to know people. I just want to start my day without talking to anyone, I'm not really that friendly." This is why I stick to "good morning." This is also why I keep walking when saying it. Solitude. Sometimes it's insanely healthy to be with yourself. Sometimes the timing doesn't mesh with others' lives. Telling your family no when you feel you have maxed out your contribution to whatever cause they are campaigning. Especially when their methods of negotiation include applying guilt. Not wanting to contribute to the leaving gift for a coworker that you barely knew. I'm okay with contributing for a gift for a coworker I don't know well, but I get along with. But I'm not okay with being asked for a contribution if they are leaving the same week I start. Sounds like that episode of Friends when Ross moved into the new apartment building. Lol. In high school, one of the students in year 12 died and his friends were selling bracelets, I think, to raise money for his funeral. I couldn't afford one, they were like $10, as I was in year 9 and jobless without spare money. Anyway, a lot of people were upset with me because I didn't have a bracelet for someone I didn't know and money I didn't have. This is one of the things I hated about high school. Any other time, I might as well not existed. When something like this comes up and you don't go with the crowd or can't, they get bent at you. Too bad. They are the ones who should get bent. They're always so disingenuous too. 45 of the people wearing the bracelets or donating etc. didn't even know the person was alive the day before. Then in a few weeks, they forget who even died. The only reason they even pretend to care is because they think they should. Oh my god, I'm in high school and this is so accurate. This kid was on football and the whole team bullied him into quitting. Then, he ended up killing himself and the same kids who were bullying him spent the day telling me how close they all were with him. Honestly, that death actually made me cut off a lot of people who didn't particularly know him or make an effort to be nice to him but acted like they were his best friend after his death. I never knew him but he was only popular after he died and that's so sick. It's honestly disrespectful to do that in my opinion. Not giving money to family members. My longtime GF's family always asked her for money and I had to reassure her it is okay not to give it because we have our own bills. BTW, between the both of us, her mom, brother, and sister have received money at one point in time. I am almost positive she has paid them more than I know, not my money, but they try to guilt us because we are in a better situation, we save a little after bills, and will never pay us back. Edit, thanks for the silver kind stranger. Also, a little context about our situation. Her mom will bounce around between EL and FL depending what job she can get. Just randomly leaves and tells no one but the family in either state. Her sister always just bounce around from job to job and lives with her dad but always needs money for non-bills. The one I don't mind helping is the brother in the military. I know he will not pass us back but we loan gifted them 100.00 for their son's Christmas presents. We have been dating for 3 years and I would say about 10 times a year they will ask for $200 to $500. You feel bad saying no but sometimes that would make our savings dangerously thin. Being judicious with your time and energy, when people ask you to do things. There's nothing quite as sweet as looking forward to and enjoying doing absolutely nothing. FOMO be damned, I relish taking that time and planning not a single thing on it. I've heard this referred to as JOMO, joy of missing out. Thinking about yourself first. You're no good to others if you aren't good to yourself. Secure your own oxygen mask before you attempt to secure the masks of anyone around you. I love this analogy. As a kid, I always thought that was such a weird thing to have in the announcement, since we're taught to help others first generally, until my parents were like, if you pass out, you can't help anybody. It's a good reminder when you're feeling obligated to take care of everyone but yourself. Cutting off toxic family members-in-laws. I have cut my narcissistic abusive sister out of my life and I am in the process of cutting off my mother-in-law. Life is too short to allow abuse into your life because your abuser is a family member. Ducking preach. I cut my sister too, for the same reasons. My family doesn't really fully understand since it's family, but I refuse to justify my reasoning for not keeping my abuser in my life. I hope you are doing well, setting those healthy boundaries, and not letting anyone guilt you about your choices. Your health is more important than their need to harm. Thank you. It's ducking difficult. Especially when everyone you run into asks how is your dad doing? And the last thing you want to do is talk to him. I mean, what could he have done that was so bad? Is one of the most painful questions to be asked. Not donating money at drive-thrus, convenience stores, department stores, etc. Most of the organizations are extremely top-heavy and a very small portion of the donated amount actually goes towards what you're donating to. Leaving a relationship even though the other person is threatening that they will kill themselves. Went through this in my first relationship ever and it was ducked. Hess still alive so I know he was just trying to manipulate me. Edit, thank you all for the positive feedback. And for my first silver. If anybody is going through this right now just remember you are strong and you do not have to be manipulated like this. It's okay to leave. Edit X2, thank you for 3 more silvers. Y'all sweet as hell. My mom's therapist told her this, you are not responsible for their actions. You are not responsible for the dysfunction of others.